It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at All-Pro Davante Adams. He's coming off a week where he hung 122 yards on the defense. It's the Raiders and the Titans, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 23.
Welcome all to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Tannehill to the air right off the bat. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. On play action, now Carr. He hits Adams complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Once again, it's Jacobs. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They go with Jacobs. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
And the Raiders have got him. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill, his throw incomplete. And
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Tannehill. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Tannehill got his man complete over the middle. It's Phillips. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill in trouble, and he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's got room. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 7.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. To throw is Tannehill. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Here's Carr to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete there to Beckham. And he will be out of bounds after a nice pickup. And that will also lead us to the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And some room to maneuver. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now Tannehill and the Titans down 10-0. A minute 54 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to summon up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw is on target to Burks. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Tannehill to throw. Gets it to Burks. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Tannehill.
13 more yards.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing Tannehill. That pass taken in by Burks. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Carr going to throw here.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Finding room in midfield. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. On first down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Las Vegas,
it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.